Incredibly, it's nearly 21 years ago since the release of the Nintendo 64, a console that has given me more memories than I could possibly ever imagine, with the likes of seeing Super Mario 64 for the first time and playing endless hours of GoldenEye 007 with friends. And today, we're going to be checking out the very best secrets and Easter eggs spanning across a variety of titles from 1996 and right up until 2000. So let's do this! Set in amongst the Carrington Villa during Mission 2 and in just one of many enthralling levels in Rare's second incredible N64 first-person shooter, Perfect Dark, Joanna can explore the Carrington estate fully and eventually be able to open up a double set of doors leading to a wine cellar filled with many enemies. But if you take some time out from the mission to shoot every single bottle of June, then this will happen.
Act your age, Joanna.
While in Rave Race 64, opt for the stunt mode and Dolphin Park, as it is between the start line and the first checkpoint you should perform standing with a somersault, riding backwards and a handstand, while also obtaining every ring, and the same goes between checkpoints 1 and 2. From 2 and 3, you need to carry out a clockwise barrel roll, a backflip, then a submarine dive, and to complete the task, execute an anti-clockwise barrel roll before the finishing line. After returning to the main menu, you will notice everyone is riding dolphins, and you can too by entering the warm-up and holding down while picking your jet ski. Did you know that one of the best kept Nintendo 64 secrets actually lurked in Star Wars Rogue Squadron, where Factor 5 and LucasArts decided to link Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace and the game together by tucking away an Naboo starfighter. The thing was, it wasn't until 6 months after the game's release and a full month after the film hit the cinemas that LucasArts dropped the codes to the masses to unlock the secret N1, where by entering the password screen you needed to type in this, to which it actually was rejected, but by entering a second password, which was also rejected, would in fact unlock the Naboo, allowing us to use it at our leisure and throughout many of the game's missions.
I've got a problem here!
When it comes to Super Mario 64, then there are all sorts of little secrets dotted about, just like on Mario's third and final journey to battle Bowser. As decorated upon the columns positioned immediately before the warp pipe, you can find images of the past depicting the famous pair dueling it out. Or how about in the Japanese special edition, where if you hit Z at the intro screen, the game activates an exclusive Easter egg that decorates the background with multiple faces of Mario. Sadly though, I couldn't get it to work properly, so here's a screenshot from the cutting room floor. And how could you not forget about Yoshi's appearance, whom is awaiting you at the top of the castle after gathering all 120 stars, along with that famous message reading, "Mario, it that really you?" In what is probably my favourite Resident Evil title, it is during the opening moments that you can come across a yellow Mini resting just outside a liquor store, which just so happens to belong to Mr. Bean. But the best secret from the game lurks in the Star's office, located on the second floor of the police department, where if you check Albert Wesker's desk exactly 50 times, you will receive Film D, which upon development reveals a photo of Rebecca Chambers posing in the police department's sports attire. Midway Games' Cruis'n USA is filled with little oddities and secrets, which includes taking a trip to Iowa, where just past the first checkpoint and in between the second cornfield, you can knock down a tree and reveal a sign reading Dawn Road. Now, whether that relates to the person standing next to it is another question, but more importantly, is that a thumbs up or a middle finger? Anyway, if you manage to produce a fast time on any course and enter your initials, scroll to the very bottom of the leaderboard and hold left for about 40 seconds, to which a decapitated head will appear.
I love this job!
Next up, we have Tataka's song. Yeah, that 19-note melody which ever since 1990 has been hiding away in multiple Nintendo titles, all thanks to Kazumi Tataka. And it so happens to feature in 2 N64 games, including Mario Artist Talent Studio for the disc drive released in 2000, where it can be found in one of 2 demos. While back in 1998, and by entering the trial mode in Yoshi's Story, you just need to wait for 2 minutes and 10 seconds for it to start ringing out. For this next segment, it's a combination of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask Secrets, which include taking a visit to the Zora Hall, where the Indiegogo band members happen to play a variety of tunes from previous Zelda titles. Though my favourite for Majora's Mask is decorated on Termina Field and just south of Clocktown, where the Skull Kid can be seen. As for Ocarina of Time, you cannot pass over the Ingo and Talon from Lon Lon Ranch, who both possess the characteristics of Mario and Luigi. Then finally, and while not technically a secret and rather a leftover, is the fact that you can unlock a fully functional R-Wing from Star Fox. Some of my favourite Easter eggs consist of video games being hidden in, well, other video games, and it is in Mortal Kombat Trilogy that 2 separate titles exist. Both can be activated by punching in codes or by taking to the 2-player mode and battling one another for 50 consecutive matches, where on the 50th you'll be able to play a fiendish game of Pong. Play for another 50 though, and you can now take on Gallagher. It just so happens that GoldenEye 007 was the very first Easter egg hunter installment back in 2012. But what I didn't know at the time was that Martin Hollis, and creator of GoldenEye 007, had hid a ZX Spectrum emulator away in the game's code. Initially it was going to be used to play Rare's older titles on an actual arcade machine. Unfortunately, time ran out and the idea was scrapped, but by still applying a patch, you can still access this piece of buried treasure and still play the 10 Spectrum games that were left behind.